Coast to coast, the street racing scene has exploded all over the country. And a ragtag group in New Orleans might be among the best.
Street racing is all about speed and skills on the track, but it seems Street Outlaws racers are not just drifting on the tracks, they're also drifting into thousands of dollars every episode. The city of Oklahoma is for the fittest racers, and to be the fittest, you need to be on the list of top racers. Aside from the fact that street racing is a risky job to take on, it's considered illegal, but the game is the game. Street racing comes with perks, and as such, each cast member on Street Outlaws is estimated to earn around $20,000 to $30,000 per episode. Pilgrim Studios reportedly pays Big Chief $20,000 per episode that makes it to air. Most of the show's cast members have a high net worth, so it's pretty clear that they are making a hefty salary. To corroborate this finding, another show by the network, called Moonshiners, also paid its cast members up to $30,000 per episode. So let's leave the speculations for a bit, and let's find out how rich the cast members of Street Outlaws are, shall we?
Hey, what you weigh? Huh? Just we come here for. We too close to the West Coast. Come too close to the West Coast, Chief.
Justin Shearer, aka Big Chief. Justin Shearer is a Kentucky native born in Louisville on December 9, 1980. After losing his dad to the cold hands of death during his childhood, his mom took over his responsibilities. Justin's passion for cars developed gradually, and when his family moved to Oklahoma, his love for cars increased. This made him pursue his street racing career passionately. During his hustle on the streets of Oklahoma, Discovery Channel got a hold of him and gave him a chance to host and star on their show, which he quickly accepted. Since then, things have turned around for Justin, and he's worth $2 million. During his time as a street racer, he earned around $20,000 for each episode they air, and now that he hosts this show, he reportedly earns around $30,000 per episode. Jonathan Day, aka JJ DeBoss. The odds that you're familiar with one of the most notorious racers, Jonathan Day, are very high. JJ DeBoss has been making waves in the road racing scene for quite some time now, and can generally be seen driving around his heavy Chevy Volley named Old Heavy. Well, he can be likened to Dom of the Fast and Furious, you know, the special appearance, special voice, and of course, special ride. JJ DeBoss is worth around $1.2 million as of 2022, and he's also among the few that earn around $30,000 per episode of Street Outlaws. Sean Ellington, aka Murder Nova. Sean was born on November 15, 1977 in Merced, California. His passion started from a tender age, and he was further groomed by his father, who owns an automobile shop. Sean got to learn everything about cars from his father's shop before moving to Oklahoma to pursue his career of being a driver. Ellington's favorite car is his 1969 Chevrolet Nova that's pimped out for speed, as seen on the show. It's also worth mentioning that he was the reigning street racing champion for almost 3 years, which made him a fan favorite. Currently, Sean is worth around $500,000 as he earns $20,000 per episode he features. David Comstock, aka Daddy Dave. David is another competent racer that gives a different type of vibe to the show. Born on April 4th, 1973 in Oklahoma, he was so eager to become a racer that he got his driving license on the same day he clocked 16. To harness his skills, he started practicing with his father's car, but now drives a 1963 Chevy Nova with a modified chassis for street racing. Daddy Dave is a popular family man on the show, as he shows off his wife Cassie and his 2 daughters frequently. He's worth around $900,000, although some sources gave a higher value than that. He also earns around $20,000 per episode he features. Kai Kelly. Kai Kelly was born on May 9, 1987 in Mississippi. Kai always talks about his strange childhood as he loves everything about cars. He loves the smell of grease and oil, which made him start working for an oil company before featuring as a street racer on the show. Kai's strange childhood also helped him develop mechanical skills, which made tuning cars pretty easy for him. Kai Kelly now drives a jet black Pro Mod Chevrolet Camaro. He even won the race against 14-time world champion street racer Mike Muliro back in August 2015 and claimed all the glory. Kai holds a contract with Discovery and Pilgrim Studios that see to it that he gets an annual salary of about $150,000, and his net worth is estimated to be around $500,000. Sean Whitley, aka Farm Truck. What makes Sean a little bit different from others is his alias. You would think, why would he think such a name, Farm Truck? Most street racers are known to pick nicknames that will instill fear in their competitors, but Sean is different. He went for the name since he raced in a 1970s Chevy long bed truck. Sean started driving illegally as early as 12 years old and genuinely prefers trucks to high-end sports car. Hence, his decision to race in a truck and also choose an awkward alias. Combining all his wins and his television career, Sean's net worth is around approximately $2 million. Sources reveal that he earns $20,000 for each episode aired on television, and he also runs a personal business. Chris Dave, aka Kamikaze. Going by his alias, you would think Chris is a terror whom you don't want to face on the racetrack and outside the tracks, but Chris is gentle. He started his love quest for automobiles in childhood, even though he prefers dirt bikes to cars. His passion about cars soon changed when he began assisting his father in fixing cars in his garage. Chris switched to loving cars as a teen, and that made him feature on the show. As of 2022, Chris is worth around $300,000, even though he joined during the third season. Chris is one of the few big boys of the show, as reliable sources show that he earns around $30,000 per episode he features. Chuck Seitzinger. Chuck is one of the few racers that started the show the same year it debuted. He also holds one of the most impressive work portfolios of all the racers. In addition, he's a qualified technician with a certificate from the Honda factory where he worked before. Chuck soon changed his career after some time to feature on the show, and in 2004, he won the NDRA National Championship. Chuck is reportedly worth around $700,000, even though his salary per episode is kept private. Joe Woods, aka Dominator. Joe has his wife to thank for his alias Dominator. She came up with the name while registering on some websites. He's a total car freak. He got his first car, a 1956 Chevy, at a tender age and has since then gone to compete with other cars. Joe currently drives a 1967 Dodge Dart that's highly customized. The Dominator's skills in racing, welding, and knowledge of car engines have considerably influenced his net worth. From a salary of $20,000 per episode and merchandise sales, the Dominator's net worth of $1 million is well-deserved. Boosted GT. Chris Hamilton is also another revered racer in the series. He started featuring on the show during the third season after his move to Oklahoma City. Chris Hamilton's choice of cars includes the SN95 Mustang and the new Edge Mustang, which has a small and big tire combination. Following his collaboration with Team Z Motorsports, Boosted from Street Outlaws has a net worth of about $300,000 in 2022. Chris earns around $20,000 per episode he features. James Love, aka Doc. I don't know which is a better love story, Twilight or James and his 1970 vintage Chevrolet Monte Carlo called the Street Beast. He bought his first car, Street Beast, off eBay and tuned it to his taste. Though he genuinely loved cars and repaired them with his grandfather in their auto shop called Southwest Diesel Service, James Love also never turned down a decent education. He enrolled at the Universal Technical Institute in Scottsdale, Arizona, and has worked as a mechanic since 1989. James earns around $20,000 on the show per episode and has a net worth of about $600,000 as of 2022. James Finney, aka Birdman. You must have come across the name Birdman when watching some episode of WWE and you keep wondering if he's the same person. You're not mistaken, he is the same guy. James has had quite a career in his life. He was once a wrestler before switching to music and now racing. His fame helped him climb through the Oklahoma ranks and win $150,000 prize money soon after joining the show. James has made it clear during some interviews that he doesn't care about the money. He just wants to have fun racing and repairing cars. His net worth is unknown, as he prefers not to speak about it. James once said, I sat down with the pen and paper the other night, but just decided I wasn't doing it. This is number crunching. Let's just race and have fun. If we have money left in the bank, good. If we don't, so what? From a distance, you would think street racing is some sort of low version of the popular Formula 1 racing, but both are on par when it comes to the monetary aspect. Earning a whopping $20,000 per episode is a big deal, don't you agree?